Hello guys, my name is Carmen Alvarez and I am an Arbonne independent consultant. I wanted to make this video because a lot of my friends and other Arbonne consultants have been asking me about what kind of products do I use to create the looks that they've been seeing on me. So I wanted to do this to showcase some of my favorite products, and I hope that you get to try them all. Okay guys, so let's start by prepping our skin with this facial serum. This facial serum is from the Calm line, which is a line for very sensitive skin. I love this serum because it's very hydrating, very lightweight, and you just feel the difference right away as soon as you put it on. Next, we are going to be using this facial oil that it's pretty much like a cocktail of vitamins or a superfood for your skin. I love it because it helps create an illuminating instant glow and a more even tone complexion. We are also going to be using this day cream from the RE9 set. I love this day cream because other than having SPF to protect us from the sun, it's also very moisturizing and it has anti-aging properties. So if you're looking for an anti-aging line, the RE9 set is the way to go. Next, we are going to be using this little guy from the RE9 Advanced Prep Work line. This is pretty much amazing because it creates a photo filter soft focus effect to blur out any pores or any baby lines. I love using it under my makeup, but honestly you can probably wear it just alone. If you're a person that doesn't wear a lot of makeup, this is probably great for you. We also need to prime our face because every artist needs to prime their canvas. So we need to do that with our face, and there's nothing better than our amazing primer. I love it. I recommend it to everyone. It's probably one of the best products we have in our cosmetics line. Okay, so moving on to the cosmetics, I will be using this tinted cream for the eyebrows. I love this eyebrow cream because it makes it so much easier to fill in my my eyebrows. As you can tell, I already have a lot of hair, so I don't need a lot, but I do like them to look a little bit darker when I do my makeup, so this is pretty much amazing. I use the brush that comes with it first to kind of put some color in them, and then I use one of my makeup brushes that comes with the Arbonne set, and I use the one that's the thinnest to kind of spread the product all over my eyebrows. I know it's kind of looking a little bit crazy right now, but I promise that it will look better in a little bit. When you are filling in your eyebrows, don't worry if they are not perfect because you can always go back and fix them. I usually do that with the concealer to kind of help me get the perfect shape. I use it in the surrounding areas, and then I use a flat brush to kind of get the shape that I want and be more detailed about it. After I have finished with my eyebrows, for the most part, I like to use a neutral color to kind of set the base for my eyeshadow, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. I am using one of the palettes and I'm getting one of the neutral colors. So I just go over both of my eyes with a neutral color, and then I will start doing the rest of the eyeshadow. Okay, so we are moving on to do the rest of the eyeshadow. I will be using both palettes, volume 1 and volume 2. I will be going back and forth. I usually use them both depending on the colors that I want to use. I I hope you can see the colors. I do show them. You can see what volume 2 has. This is volume 2. And then this is the colors that volume 1 has. Those, yeah. I freaking love both palettes. I go back and forth all the time. They are both my favorites, and I love their pigment. Honestly, their pigment is really amazing. Okay, so some of you guys might be wondering why I am doing my eyeshadow first. If you've probably seen other people do their foundation and then they do their eyeshadow. But the reason why I like doing this technique is because for my personal liking, it's just easier to do it this way. That way I don't have to feel pressure about not messing up. It's honestly, it saves me product, it saves me time, because usually if I mess up after I have done my foundation, I have to waste more foundation to try to fix it, or I just get frustrated and I have to redo my makeup. That way, doing it like this, I just do my eyeshadow. If I mess up, I can just fix it, and I don't have to go back and pretty much do my whole face. I don't know. I don't know if you guys experience that, but I do experience it. So I found that this technique works better. Okay, commercial break. This video has been brought to you by Arbonne Nutrition. I am drinking my fizz stick. I love it. I usually mix my tea with my fizz stick, so that's why you see the little Arbonne tea bag. But yeah, you should try the nutrition products too, guys. They are amazing. Okay, going back to the makeup now. And next we are going to be going over with our liquid foundation. I love this foundation because it has completely saved my skin. I used to have very sensitive skin, and a lot of foundations would really irritate it. I also would get lots of pimples from other foundations, so it was very frustrating because I was spending so much money on this very high-end brands and nothing would work. They would make my skin super oily or super dry, or they would peel my face. But the Arbonne foundation has been a lifesaver. It has also anti-aging properties, so I mean, what more can you ask for? I love it because it's also very full coverage. But if you are a person that doesn't like to wear a lot of makeup, you can make it look very natural, but you can also make it look very dramatic if you are like me and sometimes like to be extra. And now let's turn the spotlight to this amazing product, the concealer. As you can see, I love it. I love it because it's super easy to spread, super easy to blend, and it definitely does its job. I struggle finding concealers that I love that wouldn't be cakey or hard to spread. And this one is probably one of my favorite products, if not my favorite product from that cosmetics line. I am using it in the shade of light, I believe, and I like to use it to contour my face. I also buy a darker shade of foundation to do the contouring. Like I said, I love our foundation, so instead of using concealer for that, I use foundation to do the darker areas. And then I use the lighter concealer to do the highlight. Okay, so after I have put on the darker shade of foundation and the concealer to do the contouring on my face, I like to grab a wet sponge and kind of go over to blend in all the product. I like to use the pointy part to do the white lighter shade of the contour, and then I like to turn it around to the bigger side of the sponge, and then I do the darker areas with that. As you can see, I like to do this by doing it in a tapping motion. I find that this way you are really blending the product instead of just taking it off if you just press it on really hard. Just tap it, just some small taps, and everything just blends in really well. See, I have turned it around, and then I go over the darker areas to kind of smudge it in. Next, I am going to be baking my face with the setting translucent powder. But first, I guess I have to take a sip because I got thirsty. Anyway, so I will be baking my face. I usually do under the eyes, and then I also do the lower part of my cheeks. I don't bake my face for too long for an everyday look. I just leave it on for a little bit. You'll see right now how I do it, but it's usually under my eyes, my nose, and the lower part of my cheeks. That's where I put the translucent powder, setting powder. And while we let those parts of my face bake, I like to go over the rest of my face with the sheer press powder by using a bigger brush. As you can see, I'm avoiding the parts that I have put the translucent press powder to bake, and I just do the rest of the face with the sheer press powder. Next, we are going to be using our amazing Starlight Glow palette. I freaking love this palette because it has a contouring section, a blush, a highlight, and a bronzer all in one palette. I love it. And what you see me doing right now is I am using that contouring powder to do the contouring on my cheekbones. I like to do this on my cheekbones, and then I like to go from temple to temple, and I just do the darker shade. I brush it, blend it really well. After that, I also do my like the area of my neck. I don't know what it's called, my jaw area. Yeah, my jaw area, I do that too. And then I like to use the blush. I don't know why I didn't show you guys the palette, but what you see me doing right now, it's pretty much using the blush. Okay, now it's time to finish the baking. As you can see me, I am brushing off all that powder, going over the parts that I was baking with a bigger brush, and I'm just pretty much blending everything in. Then I go over and contour my face with, again, the palette. I use a smaller brush for this just because it's the nose area, and then I use a bigger brush to kind of blend it all in. Next, I like to use this fan brush to do the highlight part, and as you can see, I usually do it like a little bit over the blush area. I freaking love our highlight. I do this on both sides, and then I also like to do it on my nose and then the top of my lip, of my upper lip. You'll see right now, that's usually where I do my highlight. Now I like to do my makeup for the lower part of my eye, and I just pretty much, it's just to give it more dimension to my eye, and I usually pick a brown or a darker shade depending on what I'm wearing. Today I chose a brown, and it's just to make my eyes pop a little more. And now I finish it off with the mascara. This is the It's a Long Story mascara. However, Arbonne just came out with their new Speak Volumes mascara, and I've heard it's also amazing. I do have extensions, so I don't get to wear mascara as much as I used to. But I've heard both are amazing, so you should try. You should try them. And now for my lips, before I put on my lipstick, I like to go over with this lip scrub. It's so amazing. It tastes so good. As you can see, I like to eat it, but I probably shouldn't, but I do. But if I eat it, I won't die because everything Arbonne makes is botanical based, so it doesn't have any ingredients that are gonna be toxic for me. But yes, I like to use this before my lipstick. Then I go ahead and use my lipstick after this, after I take a sip of my tea. There it is. That's my lipstick. This is the color of Camellia. I love this color. If you want to do a matte look, you can just go ahead and do the lipstick. But I will go over the lip gloss to give it a little bit of shine. Last but not least, here is our amazing setting spray. I just go over all my face and ta-da! I finished. And this is the look, guys. What do y'all think? If you made it this far, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you are interested in shopping any of these products, this is my website. You can go ahead and order from there, or you can just talk to your Arbonne consultant. I also recommend all the other products from all the other lines. We have over 400 products that are vegan, pure, safe, and beneficial. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching and for your time. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys soon.